Reporting live from the CTV studios in Eugene, Oregon, here is Mike Albin.
Welcome to the Albin Report. You know, the primary season is upon us once again. This is the time of the year where all the presidential hopefuls hit the states and talk to the voters and, well, act like they care. Which brings us to an interesting question. Is a caucus the best way or a primary the best way? With me are two guests. Representing Iowa is the state of Iowa. And representing New Hampshire is the state of New Hampshire. States, thank you for being here. My first question goes to you, Iowa. Why a caucus?
Well, why the heck not, Mike? Let me tell you, caucuses are the ultimate way of showing democracy. There's none of this hiding in a ballot box, pretending like you didn't vote for that guy when he does bad. No, you have to go out in the snow and stand out and support your man and pay the consequences. I say it's democracy with consequences. It's the best way to go.
Well, New Hampshire, why do you think a primary is the best way?
My God, Mike, it's the only way a sensible state should handle its electoral process. I mean, we're not savages after all. We shouldn't be expecting people to log out in the cold and wait until somebody decides to make them raise their hands. They have plenty of cheese to eat and wine at home. They should just get off work, punch a ballot, and go home and have a little fresco.
Well, since you guys already have your primaries first, interesting question. How does it feel to have such high society professional men come in and kiss your ass?
By God, Mike, it's fabulous. Recently, Wesley Clark came straight here and gave me some lovely alligator shoes. Howard Dean's been sending me some poems that are just touching, and let me tell you, that cheese John Edwards gives me, priceless.
In Iowa, are you getting the same type of kickbacks?
Well, Mike, Dick Gephardt's been kissing our ass for 22 years, so that's nothing new. But let me tell you, that Al Sharpton, he knows how to pucker up.
So why is it you guys think you should go first? I mean, Iowa, do you always feel that you should be the first primary?
Well, Mike, is it fair that the dang blasted New York Yankees spend $100 billion a year and always win the World Series, and all Iowa gets is the biggest ball of grain in the world? I mean, come on, Mike, give us a little something. We're Iowa, after all.
How about you, New Hampshire? Why do you think you should go first?
By God, Mike, we're New Hampshire. What else is there to do in this state? We're not even big enough for a college team. Come on, you got to at least give us this.
Well, that leaves 48 other states, and I'd like to bring in my third guest, the state of Oregon. Oregon, you're usually always one of the last primaries on a presidential campaign. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, Mike, what's the point? By the time they get to us, there's only one candidate left because he's the only one with money. Nobody cares what Oregon thinks.
Well, Oregon, you sound kind of depressed about this whole thing. You don't even sound excited about a primary. I'm
not depressed, Mike. I'm just facing the reality. Nobody cares about Oregon.
Well, Iowa, since you've already chosen your guy, New Hampshire, I'd like to ask you, who's your favorite candidate?
Well, you know, Dean had a lot of spunk with our high liberal intellectuals with that whole anti-war thingy. I mean, I kind of like what he was doing there. But, you know, you kind of got to look at Kerry with that Abe Lincoln brow and think, you know, he's got some potential to be extremely elitist.
In Oregon, I'm sure you have a big interest in this. Who do you think is a leading candidate?
Why does anybody care what I think? I'm just Oregon, after all. I'm not like New Hampshire or Iowa. I'm not special. Nobody loves Oregon.
Well, with that note, I'd like to thank my guests tonight. New Hampshire, Iowa, and Oregon. And I'd like to close with a final thought. You know, when you go out and vote, it really doesn't matter who you vote for because it won't be the right guy. I'm Mike Albin, and this is the Albin Report.